going on Facebook and YouTube. It's Kim and the SAV, Kim out of Savannah, Georgia, of BetterBodyCrew.com. And for some reason I do not, okay, Instagram just came on. What's going on Instagram? So guys, as always, everything I do is inspired by you. And this conversation with someone on my team, and she was asking, you know, Kim, wow, I just feel like she's married. And she was like, Kim, I just feel like when I look at all the images of people that are having success, gaining momentum in their MLM home-based business, if it's a woman, I feel like she's always single or divorced. And she was like, I'm just really struggling finding a person to identify with who is married in this business and still killing it. A woman who is primarily doing the business, meaning not a married woman whose husband is on board. Because there's a huge difference. Like, there are so many men in this profession, and they can do it without their wife's consent or not, you know. Excuse me, I was listening to Damon Coleman a few moments ago, and he was talking about how when he is in the zone and building his business, he'll get his knapsack, he'll get his bag lunch, he'll get his journal, and he'll go make calls in like the Renaissance Waverly and things of that nature. And now I'm not big on excuses, so I'm not trying to make an excuse. However, because my sponsor is a man and he's also married, there have been definitely a few times when he and I have bumped heads because he would say certain things. And he would be like, well, Kim, just do XYZ thing. And I'd be like, you're only able to do that because you have a wife. I don't have that. You know, I don't have a spouse who's taking care of those responsibilities for me. So there's definitely, without a doubt, there is a huge difference between a man building a business and a woman building a business. I only have one child, and he's awesome. He's great. He's wonderful.
Hi.
He's making a special appearance now because he's always what? With me, right? But I know so many men who can, within the confines of their home, go in a home office, close the door and say, hey kids, don't bother daddy for a minute, he's working on something, okay? And the wife holds it down. But when you're a woman, oftentimes you can try that if you want to. Those kids gonna be at the door like, mommy, mommy, mommy. You be like, where's your dad? He right here. Go ask him. I want you, mommy. And I only have one. So I've had to let they know you. So I had to let my sponsor know, hey, buddy, there is a huge difference between you being a married man and me being a single woman. So yeah, I might come onto the call late. Yeah, I might not, you know, I pray with my son. Thank goodness, after my divorce, that I could get that help from my family. And my mom is a huge help. There's no way I would be able to do what I'm doing without my mom. However, there's still some things that I want to be a part of. Like praying with him and talking with him and having dinner with him and doing those things with him. And as a mom, you just don't have the luxury all the time shutting it down and being like, hey, this will work. You'll see later that this will work out, but right now, deuces, you know. And I'm not saying that's what Damon Coleman was saying. I'm a huge difference between women and men. So going back to my point, can you be successful as a married woman whose husband is not on board with you building the business? Meaning, not that he's like throwing stones at you, but if he's not in the business with you. Because there are women who are successful, but oftentimes their husband is working the business alongside with them. Totally different story. Totally different story. But can you be successful? Guys, the answer is yes. However, I will tell you this. If you're watching this because this was on your heart and you were wondering the same thing, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be very upfront with you. You're going to have some challenges, sis. You're going to have some real deal, holy field obstacles, sis. I have been building this business both as a married woman and now as a divorced woman. And if there's one thing I remember, it is, don't mock me, it's not cute, and you know I don't like it. Now you can get it on this live in front of everybody. Okay, oh, you were trying to give Instagram some love? Because you were acting like a...
Double, yes.
You were being an interpreter for Instagram because I wasn't giving them no love? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shame you. But don't do that because it's distracting. Okay? Instagram be fine. But he's like, I'm trying to help you out. But yeah. So are you divorced now because of your business? Did MLM mess up your marriage? I'll tell you, like Holton Bugg said in one of the meetings, in one of the hotel meetings in Atlanta we had. He said MLM does not break up marriages, but it exposes the breaks that are already there. Mic drop. There's something I can...
Mind blown.
Yeah, Bluetooth headset drop. MLM does not break up marriages, but it will expose the breaks that are already there. And that's what it did for my marriage. We would have broken up regardless. We would have broken up regardless. However, I will tell you, MLM did make it better. And here is why. It's not because there's something wrong with the business. And if you're married, I don't want you to think that you're going to get divorced. That's not what I'm saying at all. Don't misunderstand me. But I will tell you this. You're going to have to work your butt off. And if you're a woman, you're really going to, do not think that you're going to do the same thing you see your male counterparts do. Because you're not, sis. You're not. Please don't miss this. Okay? Women inherently have more responsibilities on them. A man can be like, hey, you know, I'm not going to say most men don't cook, because my ex-husband used to cook all the time. Because I don't cook. But from what I see in most homes, the woman is the one. So when they tell you an MLM, you know, you're going to miss dinners. A man can say, hey, I'm not going to be at the dinner table for a while. I'm going to be, you know, burning the midnight oil for the family, you know. But let a woman do that. And they'll be like, well, how are we going to eat? See? Homework being done, baths being taken, things of that nature. And even if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're staying at home for a reason. Oftentimes the man won't have a problem with you staying at home for the kids, but staying at home to you know, be on the phone with clients, especially if the kids are crying. They're like, hey, you better have that money coming in quick, sis, if you want him to be down with this. Quick. You got to get them results quick. And oftentimes, if you do not, I'm just going to be honest with you, it's going to put a strain on your marriage. Think about this. I'll tell you one mistake that I did make. And I remember when Dr. Miles Monroe was talking about this within the context of the church. He was like, I do not want my female parishioners, I was raised Catholic, so I still say parishioners. But he was like, I don't want my female church members coming here, leaving their husbands at home, because their husbands do. And he said the church is made for women. So he was like, women love to come to the church, but oftentimes men, not so much. He said, so I have this interesting dynamic with married couples where the woman comes, the man stays at home. But then he was like, women, you want to go home and tell your husband what Dr. Miles Monroe said. He was like, don't do that. You never pit a man against another man. So if you are talking to your husband about Dr. Miles Monroe said, nobody wants his wife in his house talking to him about what another man said. After my divorce, son, okay, I didn't hear this after my divorce. And when I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, because that's what I did in my MLM. Stupid move. I wasn't thinking. It wasn't on purpose. But I would hear all this personal development. I would hear all these great things. And I would come back and try to tell, at that time, my husband about it, thinking he would catch a fire. When in the meantime, I was lighting a fire under his butt. Like, she talking to me about what these other dudes telling her. And she's all excited about it. I see now that was this, you know, one of the seeds. Kassan, my love, thank you. I see now that was one of the seeds. One of many seeds that, you know, seeds of disruption, right? Of disconnection. That's disconnection in sign language, right? Oh no, that's divorce in sign language, my bad. Divorce, disconnection, same thing. But yeah, that was one of the seeds of disconnection that I planted unknowingly. I was just sharing something that was interesting to me, because I would never mind when he shared something that was interesting to him with me. So I thought we could do that same equally, but you cannot. You cannot. If you're a woman, because a man wants to be the man of the house. So if you're a woman and you're bringing stuff, then like, this is the gospel, and oh my gosh, baby, this is how we can learn from that. Be very careful. I'm not saying that all men will not like that. And I never asked my ex-husband how he felt about that. But I got a feeling brother wasn't feeling too copacetic about it. Looking back now, right? Hindsight is always 20/20. I got a feeling, that he might have been like, Now, another thing I will tell you, as a woman doing MLM, if you're doing it for your family and you're married and you're in the room with other men and they're doing it for their family too, why doesn't my husband want to do this for me? You might be looking at other people, not that you want them to be your husband, but your mind, MLM, when done properly, is about personal development. It's a personal development game plan with a compensation plan attached. It's personal development with a compensation plan attached. So as you are learning and earning and growing and expanding your horizons, building your belief, stretching your mindset, you're doing it with people, both men and women. Sometimes as a woman, when you see a man who is acting as the head of his household doing that, you might start to think, dang, why my husband don't want to do this for me? So I have seen other people, other women, express that concern. Just be careful, because you have to appreciate your spouse for who they are. And sometimes the woman might be the one to plant a seed of ambition in a man, if he will allow you to. That's not your responsibility. But if he will, it's not to say that your husband can't get there, but it is to say that there are a lot of, turn it down a little bit, baby. Turn it down a little bit, Kassan. Because you're right there. Turn it, you're right smack and sitting right there. So it's not to say that that's your responsibility or that should be your goal, because I don't know your man. They may not have any ambition in them at all. So no matter what you do, they could probably not give a what. But I'm just saying, these are things to think about. Maybe you can plant that seed in. Now, there are some times when men come around. When sometimes the husband come around, when the money starts rolling in. I have studied network marketers, different network marketers from different companies for many, many years. And there are so many. The minute I started making more than him, now he was in. Right? And then sometimes that's when the husbands take over. And they be like, our business. And the wife be like, you just jumped on this boat when it was already afloat, sucker. But as a dutiful wife, they'd be like, yes, our business. But really, they started it. They were in the trenches. They were getting things really, really rocking and rolling. And then the man came in. Once he was like, oh, it does. In this boat. And that, I'm making fun of it, but it's, it's whatever works for you as a couple. I'm happy for you. I'm not bitter about my divorce, because like I said, that was just one of many things that we were not on the same page about. And I definitely do not regret building my business. Honestly, I said it was one of many things that we had issues with. Another thing we had issue with was two people with one child working very hard, and we didn't have money to enjoy our child, to enjoy our life together. We were two ships passing in the night. I'm working days, he's working nights. We never saw each other. And so how long can a couple go like that? If you truly love each other, if you have love for each other, it's going to put a strain on the marriage. So that was the whole reason why I got into MLM to begin with, because I thought if I could make money so that one of us could come off of this job, at least we could have some time together. Just a little bit. I saw my neighbors more than I saw my husband. I saw the postman, I felt like more than I saw my husband. It was horrible. So, can you be successful if you're married in MLM? Can you be successful in MLM if you are married? Yes, because MLM is no respecter of persons, okay? There are so many people who have been successful. But baby, let me tell you something. Dude, as a married woman, if your husband is not on board with you, this head right here, ooh, this battlefield of mine right here, ooh, your time schedule, ooh, you don't have the luxury of doubting yourself. You don't have the luxury of taking I'ma build it slow, but I'm still you don't have that crap. Sis, you got to get to the money quick and make that man a believer. Sis, you got to watch your back. Don't be keying on the phone with one of your male customers, because that's something, even as a single person right now. Sometimes my family wants me to do certain things, and I'll be like, I gotta work. Then I go, they hear me on the phone. I'm chopping it up with my team because I have a great rapport with my team, and we all sarcastic. We all got smart mouths. We all having a good time. We have a bond with each other, right? Not here, but we have a bond with each other, right? On the phone talking to my friends, it doesn't sound like work to my family. So I'm like, girl, what? Okay, we about to do this, and they're like, oh, so you couldn't watch this Lifetime movie with us because, gotcha, Kimmy. And I'm like, but I am working. So when you craft your business, when you attract to you customers that you enjoy working with you, when you attract to you business partners that you enjoy working with, then your work doesn't feel like work, and so therefore to other people it doesn't sound like work. So now you got a whole nother situation. Okay? So I'm telling you, if you married, sis, yes, you can do this. Because anybody can do this. But as a married man, if your husband is not 100% on board, baby, you ain't got time to be in neutral, and you don't have time to be in first gear. You got to match that clutch, get in. You got to work up to fourth gear real quick. Is it fourth gear? It's been a long time since I drove a stick shift. You got to get in gear real quick. Okay? You got to go hard in the paint coming in the household so that he knows that it is worth it. You have got to have your schedule down to the T. You have got to make some hard and go after that. Sorry, y'all know I got 50 million alarms. I'm so sorry, YouTube and Facebook. But you got to make some goals, and you cannot go to sleep until you have them. You're going to have to get up before the kids get up before your husband gets up, and you're going to have to be the last one to bed. I know it's not fair, but it is what it is. You're going to have to be the first one to rise and the last one to slumber, because that's when you're going to have to plan your day in advance. And when he's at work and the kids at school, you don't have no time to do nothing but what Brianna doing. Work. I said, I don't know what she's saying, but I know that work part. I know that work part. You ain't got time for a nap. You can't be doing the laundry. Then do the laundry with the kids in the house with the hey honey, how was your day? While you're doing the laundry. Don't do the laundry, the dishes, all that other stuff when they're not there. When they're not there, you work. Because now you have the house to yourself. Hopefully, if you don't have super duper small kids. But when they're there, woo, the worst thing you could do to try to make your husband be on board with you is to piss him off by doing what he sees as neglecting the rest of for this business that is not building up the bank account yet. See how it looks in someone else's eyes? Do you see how that looks in someone else's eyes? So I'm just saying this because, again, anybody can make money in MLM. However, as a married woman, I've been there, done that. I will tell, when I was first married, when I first started the business, my husband was super supportive. Watched our son while I used to go to hotel meetings every single Thursday night, 45 minutes away from the house. I'm rushing home to get there. He could, because I said he worked nights, so that he could leave to go to his job. There were times with Atlanta traffic, Kassan, my love, please turn. You sitting right there. If I tell you one more time, you're going to have to turn it off. Okay? I know it doesn't look like I'm working, but I am. That is. Thank you. Look what they did to that watermelon. But in Atlanta traffic, I'm rushing home after the meeting, and I'm going down 20. Like, oh my gosh, please, green light. There were times, so many times, y'all, and I used to feel horrible about it, when I would pull into the driveway and literally, he had already put our son to sleep, and he was just like, the garage would come up. No. I I would come and I would be about to put the garage up when I would see that it was already up. And by the time I come in the driveway with my car here, he would be backing out there. So I'm coming in, he's backing out. And he just beat the horn, and he called me and be like, Kimberly, I had to run. And I'd be like, okay, sorry, so sorry. I was trying to get here early. I'd be like, okay, bye. And so, it was rough. But he was very, very supportive at first. And I think but this is a long journey for most people. And it was long for me because I had a lot of self-doubt. Take action like I should have. I was not teachable and coachable. I didn't follow the game plan. I let the enemy whisper sweet nothings in my ear and tell me I couldn't do it. And every single day I was doing, I was taking notes. I was on a bunch of calls. I was on a bunch of trainings, but I wasn't doing the income producing activities. I was not kicking it into gear. And the longer it took me to make money, the more agitated he got. And rightly so. And if the shoe were on the other foot and I saw somebody always on a call, always saying, hey, I got this training, or I can't watch the movie with you because I'm doing this or I'm doing that, and da-da-da-da. And if I felt like the input was not worth the output, period, I would be pissed too. That's just the truth. So my married sister, let me tell you something. You can do this. But if you want to do this, baby, you better do this. Real talk. All right? So there you have it, guys. That's my little story. That's my little piece of advice for what it is worth you. I hope it helps someone. If you are a married woman in MLM and your husband is not % on board, but you're still killing it anyway, please do me a favor and leave a comment down below. We would love to know how you made that happen. Did any of this make sense to you? If you are a married woman thinking about doing MLM, how about this video? Again, I'm not saying you can't do it, and I'm not saying I regret doing it, because look, we would have divorced anyway, and fast forward, oh my gosh, because I did not quit. Now look, after the divorce, my son, if I had quit, I would be working a job. Who knows, with all that has gone on in the world lately, with this situation that we've never experienced before, I who knows if I would even have a job. So I would still be here. I would be what? I started MLM when I was in my mid-30s. Now I'm going to be 41 in a few days. So basically, I'll say like not 10 years, but almost 10 years. Here's the whole point. The same way I felt years ago that drove me to MLM, the same feeling of broke, of hopelessness, of festivity that drove me to MLM years ago, I cannot imagine having that same feeling now, today, knowing that I felt that way years ago and didn't do a damn thing about it. Oh no, oh no, oh no. That's not how I roll. That is not in no. I'm so happy and thankful and grateful that I did not quit. All the times I thought about, all the times that people made fun of me, all the times that people told me no, even people cheated on me, people quit my team, all that other stuff. I'm so happy and thankful and grateful that I didn't quit, because when that divorce hit, everything was on your girl's shoulders. Everything. And it is because of my home-based business that I have fought for, that I have not gone crazy. I'm actually pretty good. Who does or does not do, I'm not worried about it, because I know I can do. How about that? I set that goal and I blow it out the dang on water. If I need to pay a bill, I know exactly how to get that money. Products on hand equals cash on demand. What? So, I'm not saying don't do the. I'm just saying, my married sister, you do not have the luxury of people like me, my single sisters. Yeah. You drop however much on product or your auto ship, and your husband be like, whoa, hold up, where does money come from? Where you gonna? I don't have to answer them questions. So you know your man, and you know how to make him understand. And if he will not, I'm telling you, you can do it, but you got to go balls to the wall, sister. There can be no fear, no doubt, no hesitation, no demonstration. So let's go. Like we used to say on the playground. Bye, y'all.